Everywhere I see him up, I see him below. I see him while awake, I see him while sleeping. At all times, and now, it has made me so mad that I know nothing. Kachu nahi. Nothing I know except Ram. The Ram is inside, the Ram is outside. And that is what I am seeing. I bow to my Gurudev. He has given me such a beautiful lecture, and I got a treasure which is invaluable. That's the meaning of this. And that's all. Sufficient for the day, because you may have to sing there and all that. So by chance you happen to come.
Ordained, Swami.
Eh?
It's all ordained. Nothing is by chance. You agree with me?
Eh?
You agree with me?
I agree with you.
No?
I agree with you entirely.
Equally. Huh?
It's the Lord's grace. See, when once we do it, the heart comes along with it. So our prayers and all that, they become सफल हो जाते हैं. That's all.
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala mena agame ninaippவர் அகத்தை வேறறுப்பாய் அருணாச்சலா. அழகு சுந்தரம் போல் அகமும் நீயுமுற்ற அபிநமாய் இருப்போம் அருணாச்சலா. உன்னை ஏமாற்றி ஓடாது உள்ளத்தின் மேல் உறுதியாய் இருப்பாய் அருணாச்சலா. காந்தம் இரும்பு போல் கவர்ந்தெனை விடாமல் கலந்து என்னோடு இருப்பாய் அருணாச்சலா. கிரிவுருவாகிய கிருப்பை கடலே கிருப்பை கூர்ந்து அருளுவாய் அருணாச்சலா. அம்புவில் ஆலி போல் அன்புரு உனில் எனை அன்பா கரைத்தருள் அருணாச்சலா. விட்டிடில் கட்டமாம் விட்டிடாது உனை உயிர் விட்டிட அருள் புரி அருணாச்சலா. என்போலும் தீனரை இன்புறக் காத்தினி எந்நாளும் வாழ்ந்தருள் அருணாச்சலா. அவை போல் எனக்கு உன் அருளை தந்து ஆளுவது உன் கடன் அருணாச்சலா.
Arunachala
Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya.
Can you speak a little, Swamiji, about the significance of Arunachala?
The significance of Arunachala is manifold. And initially, the word Arunachala represents the 999th name which comes of the Divine Mother in Lalita Sahasranama. The 999th name of Arunachala is Shiva Shakti Ekarupini Namaha. Om Shiva Shakti Ekarupini Namaha. The one who is identical with Shiva, self being the Shakti. Shakti means the power, the energy. And Shiva is the potential energy. And the kinetic energy comes out of that potential. Potential energy never moves. It is immovable. But in its presence, the kinetic energy moves. And it is the kinetic energy which creates the world, which looks after the world, which dissolves the world when the end comes. And this is all a play. This play is being made by the power of the Lord. It has been a normal practice in our Hinduism that for purposes of worship, that is for the purpose of upasana, we worship the power separately from the one who has the power. That is, say, burning is the power of the fire. And there cannot be a fire without burning, there cannot be a burning without a fire. But at the same time, you take away the power of burning and then you can worship it. So similarly here what happens is, we are taken with, it is only the power of the Lord. There is nothing, there are no two, there is only one. The Lord alone is there. We call him the Self, we call him the Paramatman, we call him the Brahman when you call the totality into account. And there is no individuality, all the individuals are all the various small drops in the entire ocean of Satchidananda. So the totality alone is true. And the entire body is a kalpana, as he was telling. Kalpana means a sheer imagination which had no reality in itself, which had no substantiality, which is never true or real. So now, Aruna represents that power of movement, here and there, that aggressiveness, that is the color, the red is the color of the Rajoguna. So the mother is in a Rajoguna, she is the one who moves here and there and creates, destroys. All these things are done by the Divine Mother known as Shakti. That is there. And so Aruna means red. So we simply say the red hills. It is not so. Achala also means the hill because it is immovable. On the contrary, according to our highest philosophy, the Atman which is in us, it doesn't move anywhere. Then, how do you say, I am moving from Tiruvannamalai to the Himalayas, I am going to various places, I am going to the dining hall? The entire thing takes place in a dream. So, ultimately, it is immovable and it is just lying supine in its bed. It doesn't do anything at all. It is 100% inactive. But it is not the inactive of the laziness. It is not the inactivity of the tamoguna. There are two types of inactivity. There are two types of passivity. Now, you take a bow and an arrow and place it on the earth, on the ground. They are lying. Now, both of them are lying passive. But it is an idle passive. On the contrary, I take the bow and the arrow, draw it fully, and keep it for 1 hour without any movement whatsoever. Now also it is passive, but it is full of energy. The moment you leave it, it can create havoc. It can go and destroy things. And it is an active passivity. This is what we get after a meditation. This is where we are. Outwardly it is 100% passive, but inwardly it has got all the capacity to create a world, to destroy not one world, thousands of galaxies and thousands of universes by a mere glance. It can. It's only an imagination. But how much time will it take? You think, oh, it's a long time, 100 years I have lived, 100 years my father has lived, 100 years my grandfather has lived. Nothing. The lakhs and lakhs of our births are taking place in no moment. Because there was no time, there was no space before the world was created like. The entire thing is the same Maya which created that. When once you created a world full of objects, then in order to measure the movements of those objects, you required a time axis and you required also a space axis. Actually speaking, there's absolutely no time, no space. They were everywhere and nothing was born, nothing was dissolved. The entire thing was there. And that was Lord Shiva. And that is Lord Shiva. And that is the Achala. That is called the Kutastha. See, the Atman has got a name in our highest philosophy by Vidyaranya in his book Jivanuti Viveka and all that. It is called the Kutastha. What is my Kutastha? Kutastha has got two meanings. Kutastha means the peak of the mountain which doesn't move at all. It remains at all times unshaken, without movement. And that is Lord Shiva. And that is Lord Shiva. And that is the self. And that is Atman. There is the totality, the global totality. So that is the thing. So Arunachala represents a beautiful combination of both. And secondly, the world cannot move unless both male hormones and female hormones join together. That is why the Ardhanarishwara, the Shiva himself has got half of his body as the mother, and this is Arunachala is the very place where this was done, this was given. And you ask any doctor, he will tell you, every man has got that gonadotrophin or what are called the female hormone, and every female has got the male hormone. Only thing is, in one case, the one is prominent, the other case, the other one is prominent, but both are necessary. The one requires the softness of a woman. The one requires the absolute disregard of whatever that happens. It doesn't matter. Let us be, let us go after our goal. Whatever happens is nothing for us. And at the same time, we require that aggressiveness that you have to get to the goal, whatever be the cost. So that is the male portion of it. All these are denoted by the Arunachala. Arunachala represents the goal. Arunachala represents the sadhaka too, in both ways. And Shiva represents the Sattva-guna. Sattva-guna is that ideal Sattva-guna. As I said, it is full of power. It is charged with power. And that sort of is Sattva-guna. That is Shiva. So that is called the Arunachala. And apart from that, as Lord Shiva, according to the mythology, as Lord Shiva gave half of his body to the mother. Some of the mother one day came from behind and shut his eyes, shut the eyes of Lord Shiva. Then all the rishis came running. She did it barely for a second and left it. Oh mother, what have you done? The Lord Shiva himself contains the entire world. Before the painter paints it, it is already in him. So the painting is the world which has created. It was already inside him. So the entire world was destroyed in the darkness. It was not for 1 second. The time element was different there. This 1 second in this earth, it was 40 lakhs of years down below. So for 40 lakhs of years, the people there, all the beings, they were in the darkness. It's all ignorance. That's all. They were in the darkness. Because of the mother. Mother is Maya. So by the Maya's power, it just to put it for 2 seconds, and all in darkness for all in that Maya for so many years. See, everything has got a significance of its own. It is not a simple story like. And they said, Mother, you have killed so many. You are responsible for the death of ever so many. After all, in a dream you may kill 100 people, what does it matter? So that's a different issue. That's Vedanta. Now we are talking of mythology. So immediately Shiva told, Mother, you have done a great aparadha, talak, 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 divorce, divorce, divorce. Mother said, what sort of things? What about Hinduism doesn't have to, look here, I am the father of Hinduism, I am the father of Islam, I am the father of Christianity, I can do anything. So the mother was in a quandary. She said, Lord, then tell me a way, how to come back to you. See, due to the Maya, we are all out. And we require a method by which to come back. The method is only to think of him constantly and to always to meditate on him and to talk of his glories. This is the only way. He says, Mother, you will have to do tapasya. What is tapasya? concentratedly to think of other than the worldly objects, to think of the self, that is called a tapasya. That is tapasya. Tapasya has been defined in 2-3 ways at various stages. At the very first stage, he did tapasya for so many years. What does tapasya mean? Sharira shoshanam tapaityuchate. Where you are torturing your body. I am not going to eat for 4 days. I will stand on one foot and I will be thinking of the Lord. So this sort of trying to sharira shoshanam, to try to give as much trouble as possible to the body, because it's the body which troubles us. You start troubling it, so that it will not have time, it will be only on the defensive. It cannot do any offensive. That is one method. That is why it is done. See, you cannot have all the emotions which you are having, the krodha and all that, in an empty stomach. 2 days you put there and you say, come on, you get angry. You can't. So that is the reason why these are all done. There is the way to quell all our enemies like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, greed, and delusions, and the desire from a ball pen to the beastly passion and lust, like up to that, the entire gamut of it. And as a byproduct of the kama, sometimes or other, the man gets angry when somebody puts a spoke on your way. So there is anger. So all these things, they can all be eliminated only by tapasya. And then when you go a little higher, then it says, to think there is only one. Ultimately there is only one totality, there is no individual at all. So, Brahma Atma Aikya Bhavaha Tapaityuchate. Where you think that the totality and the individuality is one and the same, and you concentrate on this, I am not different from him. So, you remain. Then whom do you think of? And who are you to think of? It is the self thinking of the self. So where is the question of thinking of yourself? So you remain as the self. You remain as the self, submerged as the self. That's all. Don't think I am Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi is not to be pronounced out of the 4 Mahavakyas at any time till you experience it. It is an Anubhava Vakya. It is a matter of experience, you get it. Nobody ever pronounced it. And once you get the experience, when the drop has been inundated by the ocean, there is no more a drop to come and say that I was enlightened, I joined the totality. Nobody is there. It was always part of the totality. That is there. So these are all some ideas about Arunachala, because you take me by surprise by suddenly asking me. I can't think of much more. And then what happened was, I left the story in the middle. The mother was told, you do the tapasya. She went to Kanchipuram and then she made a Shivalinga out of this. A linga is only it denotes creativity. The Lord who creates. And being out of mud, it can be dissolved in no minute. So the linga